Hey guys, how you doing? I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update on what's going on with the website, with the channel. Basically, I had a 5,000 subscriber giveaway. I want everybody to know that all those prizes went out, so you should be getting them soon if you have not gotten them already. Also, there was about, I think, 10 or 12 orders. A lot of the Talons and Mosquitoes knives actually went out. I think 5 of them already went out. I got like another 5 or 6 to make, or put together I should say. So all of those are on their way. I should finish those up this week, so check your mailboxes for that. You know, and shoot me back an email if you did receive your package. I did get a couple confirms that their packages have arrived. All right, so like I said, if you placed an order with me, your knives are going out very, very shortly. Some of you guys might already have them. All right. Basically, what's going on? Happy Easter. I want to say that as well. Happy Easter, everybody. Today's Monday. Yesterday was Easter. I hope you had a good Easter and spent some time with your friends and family. It's definitely well deserved and much needed. Alright, so basically what I did is, if you haven't been up to the website already, you might realize that I've sent out a couple blades to a bunch of reviewers, people that are professional reviewers or that do this on YouTube. And basically, it's marketing, it's sales, and you know, the guys that have been doing reviews for me are fantastic. They've been doing such great jobs. And I'm just going to go over our website a little bit. Basically, on the website, I've incorporated a couple more different tabs or pages, like the 3-inch knives, survival knives, camp knives, bushcraft knives, over 12-inch knives, combat axes, hunting knives, EDCs, and neck knives. Okay, those ones in yellow are the ones that where all the knives are going to be. Some of them are already placed in there, like the Mosquito, the Huntsman. Those knives are already going to be in here, okay? The red that says overstock items is basically where I'm going to put any number 2s or scratch and dent or maybe overstock items, okay? So anything that I have that's extra that I'm really trying to move, that's where this stuff is going to be in the red. As you can see now, there's nothing listed there, okay? So just real quick, the 3-inch knife. I know you'll see this picture up here. These pictures are hand drawn by myself. These are my ideas. And basically what I have to do is I have to send this picture over to the Waterjet company, and they convert it into a CAD file, and then I purchase the steel, and the CAD file cuts out the computer, and the CNC machine or the Waterjet machine cuts out all the blanks that I want, okay? But this is 100% my design. I don't really use CAD a lot, so I'm really not familiar with it. I have used some free productware, but again, this is the easiest way for me to get my thoughts on paper. They do charge for the service to convert any type of paper or steel, or you know, if you made one blank and say, hey, here, go convert that into a bunch of others, there's somebody that has to sit down and make that into a computer graphic image. And I think my guy charges me about $25 per image. Okay, that's New Jersey Waterjet. I have to buy the steel from New Jersey Steel Baron, and I'll put all their information below if you guys are interested. But it's a very big process. It takes a very long time, you know, and that's why it says still in development, coming in 2004. I'm sorry, 2014. As you can see at the bottom, it says my efforts are geared towards constantly improving and making new versions of knives. Once these knives are ready for sale, I will post a picture and pricing. In the meantime, please check out the rest of our website. Thank you very much. So now I put up there to 2014 because I feel comfortable that the knives will be in before then. I don't know when they're going to come in. I don't know when this picture will be converted. I do know that I have purchased the steel. Okay, and let me tell you, the steel is not cheap. I purchased D2 steel, and I purchased 154 cm stainless steel. I purchased 2 plates. It cost me over $2,000 for just the plates. That's not for the cuts. So For those people that are out there that want to go this route, that want to do the water jetting, that want to buy steel in bulk, understand if the more or the better the steel is, the better quality of the steel, the more expensive it's going to be, which means you have to charge it back to your customers. So there's a lot of questions why I use a lot of 1095. 1095, one sheet is about $400 or $500, not $1,000. But due to people asking me to make some stainless, and for people that wanted me to make some big choppers, I decided to go with D2 and a little bit of 154 cm. However, these knives are going to be more expensive than the 1095 knives that I currently make. So as long as you're aware of that and you're happy with the product and you don't mind spending the extra money, I'm more than happy to put that into production with the steel that everybody's requesting. Okay, so I'm just going to go over some of the designs that I drew up. I'll give you a little bit of a preview on this one, if I can. This is what I call the Wingman. Alright, it's basically one of the designs that I came up with after the last ditch knife. This is primarily going to be a 3/16 inch thick knife. The blade itself will be around 3 inches long, just the blade. The overall will be 7, and it'll be 154 cm. It will probably be hollow ground and a satin finish with micarta handles and a Kydex sheath. It's basically a backup knife, just like the last ditch was, but this is a little bit more improved, a little bit more implemented. You can see that it has jimping at the top and all that great stuff. And again, it will have a nice big choil, so you won't have to worry about slipping forward. Again, this is just drawings. Once I get it back in CAD, I'll be able to make a little bit more designs. I will update this picture to look a little better. Don't ask me prices because I really don't know yet. I don't know how much they're going to charge me for the cuts. I'm probably going to be making at least 20 per picture. So if you see a picture, that's 20 blanks of this, 20 blanks of that, etc., etc. Okay. All right. The neck knife, as you guys know, is the Talon. The Talon, guys, has been flying off the shelf. If you have not gotten any Talons yet or have not purchased one, I highly suggest you do. It's a small little neck knife. I'm not going to go into it. It is one of my production models. 1/4 inch thick, jimping on top. You can click on the video there and watch everything. It can be used for self-defense, skinning an animal, but again, it's 1095 steel. So if you want something now and you don't want to wait till 2014, this is definitely a great knife to have. Okay. The EDC knife, again, the Mosquito. You guys know all about the Mosquito. Excellent, excellent blade. These things have been flying off the shelf as well. 1095 high carbon steel, 1/4 inch thick, jimping. The next ones that I'm coming up with will not have jimping. So if you want jimping, you got to buy it now. I think I explained that there was a couple of them that came out really messed up from the Waterjet company. He did the right thing and reproduced them. But what happened was the jimping was on the handle instead of where you see it there in that picture. So the only way I could correct it was just to knock the jimping off and make it without jimping. So if you want jimping, I only have a few of those left with jimping. Once I'm done with the knives with the jimping, they're gonna have no jimping, and I think I have like at least a good 15 of them without jimping. So if you want the Mosquito, have at it real quickly and you know, jump on that. All right, the next one is the Coyote. The Coyote I put on the survival knives because I really don't have any place to put it, but I'll zoom in a little bit. This is still in production. As you can see up here, I had to squeeze it into the picture. This is a 6.5 inch blade, so don't be fooled by this little picture. It's actually shrunk down. This is not necessarily a finger choil. It is more like a blade relief. It will have 2 guards. It will be part of the knife, so it's not exactly going to be a secondary piece. It'll be part of the knife. I'm thinking of 1/2 inch, 3/8 hollow tubes, and it will have a little bit of finger grooves and a nice lanyard hole in the back with some micarta. Overall, you're looking about 11.5 inch knife. The blade will be 6.5, and it will be a 1/4 inch thick. This will include a satin finish or subdue, depending on how you like it. And this will be D2 steel, okay? When I bought the D2 steel, he said it was coming in like .290, and I'm gonna have to rough that down to about maybe like 2.250 is actually a 1/4 inch thick. I'm trying to keep it between .260 and .270, so this is going to be a very, very thick, heavy duty use blade, okay? So if you're interested in that, like I said, 2014, it's not around for a while, but again, that's what's happening with that knife. Please don't ask me to make early purchases, because again, this design might change, so I'm constantly tweaking it until I feel comfortable with it. All right, you guys know about the Huntsman. Again, the Huntsman, flying off the shelf, guys, is an outstanding blade. I have a few of them out that are going to get reviewed very quickly, and it comes, you can read the spec sheet, but this is a beautiful, beautiful knife of $10.95. Again, for for $195, you can't beat it. I mean, it's a beautiful knife, hollow grind, jimping on the handle. The handle is actually elongated. It's extra long, specifically for those guys that are gonna use this for hunting, need a little longer handle, or are gonna wear gloves. That's exactly why it was designed that way. All right, flying off the shelves, guys. The camp knives. This is what I'm calling the Camp Commando. I don't necessarily know if I'm gonna keep it that way, or Camp Commander or something like that. This is going to be my design of a sort of a machete, but basically this is a chopper, okay? It was designed that way specifically for chopping. There's a lot of people that want to make big heavy choppers. D2 steel, 13 inches overall. It's going to have an 8 or 9 inch blade, 2 inches wide, satin finish. It'll probably have either a convex or a flat grind. Micarta handle, Kydex sheath. You can see here as well, it has all these nice little finger grooves. One's going to be for an uptight finger groove, and then this is when you really want to hack and hold back on that handle. It's really going to give you some play there. All right. So again, Camp Commander, Camp Commando. I'm still trying to work these out a little bit. The bush knife was actually created by a gentleman named Gennady. Gennady is actually one of the guys that created, he was part of the contest, all right, and I told him, I says, look, hey, this is a fantastic design. To me, it's more of a bushcraft knife. You're not going to see these holes. These holes are purely for the image. We already converted it into a image file for the CNC machine, so you're really not going to see that. But I think it's a perfect bushcraft knife. You just really can't get any better than that. He has these CAD files, and he's already done all the work, so all I had to do was send it over to my waterjet company. Again, this is going to be a 3/16 inch thick. It'll probably be about an 1.5 inches wide, 5-inch blade, and a 10-inch blade overall. Really nice, flat ground. 154 cm stainless. Okay, some people are a little bit of against the bushcraft being a stainless steel blade. I understand that, but I don't offer a lot of stainless steel blades, and I think between this and the other blade, the 3-inch blade, it gives it people a little bit more options. Okay, not to mention I make something similar to this in carbon steel, which is the Master Chief. The only difference is it's a little bit wider. Kydex sheath, micarta handles. His only request, and I asked him, I said, you know, thank you very much for the picture. Thank you for the permission for allowing me to use it. If you would like, you know, please name it. You know, that would be an honor for me and an honor for him. And he named it Mark in his language. I think he's from Ukraine. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But he named it Mark. So I said, all right, how about Mark 1 Scout? The Mark 1 Scout sounds like a really good name, and a Scout meaning that it's a bush knife. Okay, so that's where we got Mark 1 Scout. Mark is actually his son's name. All right, moving on. Axe. The axe, you guys know that I do have Seth axes in. This is made of S7 steel. That's the stuff they make out of jackhammers. And jackhammer bits, I should say. I have not had a chance to put any of these together. I have a very limited supply. These are going to be expensive, probably in the $400 range, just because it is very expensive steel. They are over a 1/4 inch thick, and these are going to be beaters. These are basically meant for crash entry and tactical hawk. That's what SET stands for. Beautiful, beautiful axe. I just have to get to grinding it out and heat treating it, which is going to cost some money. So stand by for that. That should be coming out soon. Okay. Got 2 more, guys. The overall. All right, you guys know about this. This is the Jungle Fighter knife. If you guys been watching my videos, you know that I had to take that little talon hole out of there. This used to be the American Bowie, but as you can see right here, it is a nice recurved design. I think a lot of people liked the... I basically cut off 1 inch of the handle, but the blade stayed 9 inches. So, you know, hey, it's the same length of blade, but we just recurved it a little bit, made it a little nicer, a little clean it up, and once I put handles on there, you'll see. Those are at heat treat right now, and they should be coming back very, very shortly. 1095 steel, 1/4 inch. You guys know how I do it. This is the Master Chief. Everybody knows about the Master Chief. I want to thank Fred Hart. I want to thank Such. I want to thank Arizona Bushman. All these guys did great reviews on the Master Chief. Okay, it might not be everybody's style. I call it a combat knife. It doesn't have to be a combat knife. You can pretty much use it, you know, for anything. I mean, it's a bush knife. It's a combat knife. It could be a kitchen knife if you want it to be. I'm selling these for about $200. For the amount of work that goes into these blades, that's relatively cheap. It's 3/16 inch thick, 6 inch blade, about 1 3/4 wide, so it is a little bit wide here. Satin or subdued, you know, either way. The subdued look is mostly for those guys that want to make it a tactical knife and they don't need the shine. Subdue is just sandblasted. It is not coated. You still need to oil the blade. I do have nylon sheets and I do have Kydex sheets that I can make, and also if you want a leather sheath, I can do that as well. You can also read the spec sheet. Okay, so these are the Master Chiefs, and again, you can get them in different grinds if you want. This one was hollow ground. Someone asked for a hollow ground. This was these are all flat ground right here. But again, I'll grind it any way you want. I just have the blanks. They're ready to go. They're back from heat treat. So that's pretty much it, guys. I don't want to bore you too much. You can look at the rest of the website. You know, some important stuff is the specials. Any return customer gets $10 off. Any purchase of 2 or more blades get combined shipping. Discounts for active or retired military, law enforcement, first responders. You know, you got to fax me your ID or something like that so I could, you know, verify that you are who you are. Cannot combine discounts. Alright, so if you're military and you are a return customer, you got to pick one. Pick the best one. That's all I can say. Blade reviews is where all my video reviews are going to be. So anybody that has done a review for me, that's where it's going to be, in blade reviews. And just one last thing is the testimonials was actually something new. Every person that has ever written to me in an email that, you know, wanted to say that they got their blade and if they were happy with the product, and or just my videos, I would just copy it and paste it and put it up there. And you know, it seems to me like a lot of people are appreciating and liking all the work that goes into it, even though there are those select few people that just hate the world. Hey, you know what? This to me tells me that I'm on the right path and that people are very happy with my product. So I could not be happier with the amount of responses I'm getting. All right, so that's pretty much it, guys. I don't want to bore you. You can go on the website and check everything else out. I want to say thank you for your support. Thank you for your time. If you have a chance, go up to the website, take a look. Thank you very much. 3riverblades.com.